90.1 FM.
This is Joy Times and your message of praise from the King James Version of the Bible. It's Micah 6, verse 8. Know, O people, the Lord has told you what is good, and this is what he requires of you, to do what is right, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Get your message of praise at wjou.org. I'm Joy Times, and I am Oakwood University Radio.
It is 9:33 in the Tennessee Valley. You're tuned into your Tennessee Valley Praise Station, WJOU, and we are here for a breakfast chat. I'm so glad that you hung around with us. We have a special guest here, none other than the VP of Operations here at, okay, is that not right? Is that right? Come on.
That's a promotion. I'm just the Director of Operations.
Okay. Well, the way you do it, that's right. The way you do it, it's a VP. Okay. That's for me. It's a VP. So she is, I'm going to keep saying it. I'm sorry. VP of Operations here at Oakwood University. And she's the co-host of the Oakwood University Presidential Podcast here. And this started not too long ago. And so we want to thank her for being here with us today. We're going to talk about this podcast, give you all the information about it so you can tune in and listen to these powerful conversations that you're going to be having. Welcome to Breakfast Chat.
Thank you so much. And before we get started on the podcast, I just have to say that as I'm training my mind and talking about reminding myself I'm coming here, I'm saying WOCG.
Oh, no.
Because I'm an old school
exactly.
Listener and follower and supporter of the ministry. So I'm super, super excited to be here.
And let me just say, we're not mad at you about that. Okay,
Good.
We know that is a deep rooted history of WJOU, and we're proud of it, of WOCG as we started out. So no problem. No problems there. All right, so listen, let's talk about this podcast,
Sure.
the Oakwood University Presidential Podcast. I have had the pleasure of listening to one of them, and I really enjoy it because it's available on our HD4 channel, Praise Talk, and I loved it. So tell us, what is the purpose and the vision behind this presidential podcast?
The purpose and the vision is very simple. As you know, nowadays, information gets out in all kinds of different ways. Mm-hmm. And so we thought, why not do something where the president can get her own voice out in her own time, in her own way, instead of trying to run behind and fix things, or instead of trying to chase or correct rumors, or even just letting people know this is what's important to the president. So that's really kind of the vision and the thought process behind giving the president an opportunity to giving the people an opportunity to hear the voice of the president, even though you will notice the president is not on every single week.
Not on every, but she is going to be on there. And she has the one that we're listening to now and providing, she's on that one.
Yeah, and she's there, but it's still the Oakwood University Presidential Podcast.
Exactly.
Nothing is happening on that podcast that she would not endorse,
yes,
and or support fully.
All right. So tell us about some of the conversations that you've been having on the podcast, and tell us about that. What is the feel of it? And what should people expect? I know it's like 3 questions in one.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna start with the middle one. The feel of it is very similar to this.
Okay.
It's just a conversation.
Right.
As the host, I just enjoy talking to people. I believe that everyone has a story, and so I'm just there to get the story as much as I possibly can. The 3 that jump out at me right now, because it's alumni weekend, are we had an amazing conversation with Shalea.
Oh, wow.
I mean, first, let's just say that the program last night was
amazing.
100. Amazing doesn't even touch what
yes,
that.
I know.
It doesn't even, amazing doesn't even touch what it was. But because not only is she extremely gifted, she's also a very real person.
Right.
And I think that came through. I didn't know her at all before I interviewed her. And it really came through in the interview that, one, she loves Oakwood. And not without its challenges, but she loves Oakwood.
Right.
But just the fact that she was a real person really came through. And I think that as people listen to that episode, not only will they understand, because people are familiar with her, that she's a great actress and she's a great musician, but she's really just an amazing human being, just a real person. So that's really what we try to do, just get people to kind of get in. Then we interviewed Pastor Toussaint Williams. You know, he's kind of somebody that everybody knows, right? In air quotes. Right. But one of the things that we talked about, which was obviously we talked about the fact that he's speaking Friday night for Alumni Weekend, which was huge. Okay. Which is a huge deal, which he is extremely humbled and honored by. But we also talked about this whole business of the fact that everybody can't do well at being second.
That is okay.
Right, because everybody wants to be at the top.
Right.
But people at the top, I can definitely attest, need somebody that's willing and good at and okay with not being at the top. So it was a really interesting kind of diversion from the sermon to talk about that with him. And then, since we're still on Alumni Weekend, I talk with Myron Edmonds, who is just a pack of dynamite.
Yes.
I was going to say in a suit, but he doesn't really often wear suits. But
not anymore.
He's just a pack of dynamite, of thought and of ministry and of really wanting to really get in there and be there for men. So it's just been fun for me. Wow. I mean, I've really just had a great time because I don't have to deal with any of the technical part. I just show up and do exactly what I'm doing now and just talk. It's perfect. It's amazing.
So tell me, we got to learn a little bit more about you because your voice is amazing.
Thank you.
Have you done radio or anything before in the past?
Yes. I did a little bit at Oakwood.
Okay.
And
wait, did you work for WJOU or WOCT?
I don't think I had a job. I think they used my gifts and talents and abilities as a volunteer.
Come on, no, you learned. That's what you got.
Yeah.
So you were being trained.
I think they used my. It was great though. It was so much fun. Yeah. And then for a couple of years. Okay. I don't remember it. Right in 1999, which is back when the dinosaurs were roaming the earth, right around that time.
Yeah,
I did
let me start talking.
A little radio back then.
Wow. But was it just for WOCT?
No. That was in Connecticut.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was in Connecticut. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I can tell your voice is amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing. I love it.
Thank you.
So, so you're on most of the time, and you said that Dr. Brown approves, the content that's coming through. How do you all sit down and figure out what you're going to be covering and sharing?
So the early podcasts were introductions. We just wanted people to understand why we were doing what we were doing. So Dave Person, the producer, yeah. I don't know these things. The guy who tells me what to do. And I had a conversation about it, and then Dr. Brown and I had a conversation about it. So what we do is think of things that she would talk to people about if she had the time and energy to sit down herself and do it. So that's one thing. The other thing is, obviously, we give information. We talk about Alumni Weekend. We talk about graduation. We are going to be talking about, this is something that is very near and dear to her, and that is the amazing things that Oakwood students are doing.
Wow.
We have Fulbright Scholar finalists.
Yes. So much to tell.
Exactly. And so whenever she stands up, she always takes the opportunity to highlight a student or two. So the plan is that we're going to try to get together 4, 5, 6 of those students in one episode and just talk to them about not just what it means to be where they are, but how they got there and what kind of preparation it took. Because I think my theory is that the easier something looks, the harder it is.
Sometimes that can be true. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Or the more preparation it took.
Yes.
Right. Barry Black talks about the fact that he, as a child, was paid to memorize scripture. But then at the time that I interviewed him, he told me that he listens to a different version of the Bible every year. And driving in his car, he's listening to this thing and he's memorizing this thing. Wow. So when he gets to the end of his sermon and he's doing what the Black preachers do, that's because it's in his head. And however many years old he is, he's been preparing all these years. So when he goes out there, so sometimes I think it's important for people to understand that things aren't as easy as they look. You look at these students who are, they sing and they speak well and they make good grades, but they're working really hard. Mm-hmm. And so in addition to spotlighting them and showcasing them, we want people to know that it hasn't always been an easy road. So I'm really, really excited about doing that episode.
So you all have a conversation. You talk about the things that are on her mind, and then you talk with your producer and figure out how you're going to present that information. Has it been a challenge to get through that process and getting people lined up?
No.
I know it. I didn't think it would be.
It's really not, because it's fun.
Yeah, right.
It's something that we enjoy. And again, I say, this is how it works. I say, hey, Dave, let's do an episode on women in ministry. Mm-hmm. And he says, okay, who do you want to do? And I give him names, and then he says, give me dates.
Wow.
So it's not hard at all. And all of the people have been so engaging and willing to talk and anxious to share. So it really has not been difficult. The hardest part has been me getting over my own nervousness and this is not what I really do kind of thing. But other than that, it hasn't been hard at all. It's been really good.
How does this podcast really support the mission of Oakwood University?
So we've gone back to education, excellence, and eternity. And I think that if I had to, I could take every episode. I could write the words education, excellence, and eternity across a page. And I could take every episode and plug it in under one of those. Mm-hmm. Mm. And for me, I find it very hard to do things when I don't understand the why and I don't kind of have a theme song in the back of my head. But this makes it really easy because I could take the Shalea interview and I could plug that under education, excellence, and eternity. Right? I can take the interview with the women in ministry and I could plug that under excellence easily. Mm-hmm. And so I think as we look at narrowing in and really focusing on education, excellence, and eternity, that's really what the podcast is easily all about, showing that, showcasing that through the president's lens for the world to see.
Awesome. So you've talked about many of the interviews and conversations you've had. What is your favorite? Do you have one that you can say that is the most memorable moment that we've had in a podcast that you love so much? Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't make it that strong.
Yeah, now you're going to get me in trouble.
Right. So let's talk about your most memorable. Just your most memorable.
So I can say the most meaningful, if I can change your
meaningful,
word.
Yes.
The most meaningful one to me is one that has not dropped yet. And it was the one that we entitled Women in Ministry. So we had Gianna Snell, we had Dillis Brooks, and we had Lola Moore Johnson. And honestly, the thing that was meaningful is that I think they had a blast. And when you hear the interview, you will know that I really could have just sat back and listened to them talk. And so it was meaningful because I had an opportunity to really hear them and see them in a different way. We as Adventists have very high expectations of our leaders. And to be in a conversation with them where we all knew they were on, but to be in a conversation with them where they could be themselves and where they could share things, challenges, concerns, joys that they don't normally get a chance to do because of their position in ministry was very, very, very meaningful.
Wow.
Now there's another one though.
Okay.
That also hasn't dropped.
Okay.
And for a different reason, this one was meaningful. There's an episode with Linda Anderson, Lisa Martin.
Okay, Lisa Martin.
Yeah,
okay.
Lisa Stowers, and Vanette.
Okay.
And it's just us talking about our friendship with Dr. Brown.
Oh, wow.
For obvious reasons.
How many years does that represent?
I don't know. Can I say?
Yes,
40.
you can say. 40 years.
40.
40 years.
And so, for different reasons, that one was extremely, extremely memorable because we're talking about our bestie as the president of Oakwood University, where we all met and have remained friends throughout the year. So that was, now that I'm thinking about it, I could literally go through every interview and say
something memorable,
and meaningful about it. Yeah.
So now you got to tell us tell us the schedule of when they drop, how often. So we got to plan. Our lives are busy. We got to make sure we know when it's coming. Set our alarms and be ready to hear those new fresh drops.
So they drop on Fridays.
Okay.
I don't actually know the exact time.
Okay.
But they drop on Fridays and they're in all the podcast places.
Okay.
All the podcast platforms. Okay. So you have the Apple. Mm-hmm. What do you call it? The Apple
don't ask
environment
me. Right.
podcast. There's Amazon. There's iHeartRadio. There's wherever your favorite podcast is, you can find them. We're also working with Oakwood to have them sent out as well, like as a part of the announcements that they do.
Oh, that would be great. Yes.
To have them sent out as well. And we have some great episodes coming up. Neither of the ones that I talked about have dropped yet.
Right.
So the Women in Ministry one hasn't dropped yet, and the Friends one hasn't.
That's why I was asking to make sure we can be prepared and plan to listen.
Hasn't dropped yet, and so we're gonna do something for graduation too. So there's really a lot coming.
Now, is it every Friday that they drop, or
it's every Friday?
Every Friday. Okay, and so the next one will be. You got one dropping today.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
awesome.
today.
Awesome.
And I do know what's dropping today. That's going to be Myron Edmonds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's going to be our conversation with him, talking about the fact that he's the speaker for tomorrow. Wow. And people say this all the time. I don't know that I've ever said this on air. What is it? Like, subscribe, and follow?
Right.
Is that what it is?
Well, just follow us on the platforms, or on all platforms for podcasts. Where you can find where you like to listen to podcasts. And it's also going to be on WJLU.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
We're on our Praise Talk HD4. That's where we'll be actually making them available too. So in addition to that, we've got this platform. Now, is it just audio for the other, or is it video as well?
It's just audio for now. It's just audio for now. We have to take this thing slow and easy. Slow and easy. Yeah.
Well, maybe y'all could come to the radio station and do it when you go video.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm down for that.
But we're happy. So tonight is going to be dropping on all of the platforms for where you find your podcast. And on WJLU, I'm praying we got that as well tonight on our HD4. Anything else you want to share?
Just that someone has already heard it on WJLU. Someone mentioned
Myron?
to me. No, not Myron, but they've been listening to the podcast.
Yes, it is on there.
Telling me that they've heard it on.
It is on there, and I want to say we actually have two.
Okay.
The one with Shalea.
Okay.
And the one with Dr. Brown.
Okay.
Is that the same one?
No.
Okay.
No.
Great.
No,
so I think we've seen. I think I've heard both of those.
Okay.
And so So that's Yeah. So we do have some that are already airing, but we have a fresh one tonight.
Yes.
That's dropping.
There's one dropping tonight. Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to share?
No. Well, I'm going to say no, and then I'm going to add something. So yes. We are also going to have a conversation with all the vice presidents.
Oh,
which is
okay. And that's going to be another podcast.
That's going to be a separate podcast episode. And we're just going to talk with all the vice presidents about their vision, about some of them, why they left their lives and came to Oakwood, how they're feeling about being here and the new administration and all that. So, yeah, we're looking forward to doing that as well.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for providing this voice for our president, Dr. Brown. So if you want to know what's on her mind, make sure you're checking out the podcast, the Oakwood University Presidential Podcast. Every Friday, a new drop on all of the podcast platforms that you like to listen to, and on WJLU HD4. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right, y'all, stay tuned. We are about to wrap it up here on this Fearless Friday. We'll be right back after this.
It's time to go to church.